Let me share the screen. So, what I'm talking about is that the different stages of KDD. Okay. So first we have the data. Okay. So you can see my screen, right? Data screen দেখা পাইছে আপোনালোকে?
Yes, sir.
এতিয়া মাতটো হুপা ধৰি থকা নাই ন? Okay.
Night run, night run.
মই তাকে ভাবিছো মোৰ ডিঙিটোত কোনে হুপা মাৰি ধৰিলে। Anyway, data from the data. Yes, sir. Okay. So from the data, what we have to select the target data. Means all the data may not be important for us. We have to target the data. Okay. Then from that data, from the target data, there is a very important stage that is known as pre-processing. Data pre-processing. Okay. Remember, in any kind of research, if you directly jump to the algorithm part, then that may not give you a proper result. You have to first do the pre-processing very carefully. Today we'll see practically that what is data pre-processing is. Okay. Now, this I said that pre-processing is very important. Then pre-processing, transformation. Ultimately, we have this transform data. And in this transform data only, we will apply different data mining algorithm or so-called those machine learning algorithms, right? So yeah, as per your requirement, suppose you want to go for classification, then you apply say SVM. Suppose you want to go for clustering, then you go for suppose FCM, like that. So different algorithms are there, but you will apply those algorithms only on the transform data. Then you will get your results good. So you will have as a result those patterns. Then those patterns will be evaluated. Means out of those patterns, which one is important? If you look at this diagram, you will see that someone is someone's height is more, someone is less. That means the importance, which one is more important for us. Okay. And this thing is known as knowledge. Got it? So this is all, these are the steps in a KDD process, knowledge discovery in a database. Okay. So now we will focus on this very important stage that is known as data pre-processing. I already told you that if you apply the algorithm directly into the raw data, then yes, the algorithm may work, but the accuracy may not be good. Okay. So for that, we have to pre-process the data. So that's why I'm saying here that data pre-processing is a crucial step in the data mining process. Okay. Now, what we are doing here, we are transforming the raw data into a clean and suitable format for analysis. By the term analysis, we mean what we are going to do in the next stage. Okay, it enhances the quality of the data, leading to better results in machine learning process. So, very important. Now, what are the steps in data pre-processing? Look at this diagram. In this diagram, you can see what I'm showing here: data cleaning, data transformation, data reduction. 18 ta. All these three: data cleaning, data transformation, data reduction. These are the part of data pre-processing. You can take a screenshot. Okay. So in the data cleaning, we are dealing with these things: missing data, noisy data. We have to take care of this, right? In the missing data, we will ignore some tuples which are blank, right? Or some we'll put some values there. Means suppose some empty cells are there. In that empty cell, we can put zero. Someone, you got it right. So accordingly, my voice is coming properly now, and you can see the screen properly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why I'm saying, because this class is very important. Okay. Now, data cleansing. Sometimes it is known as data cleansing, and sometimes it is known as data cleaning. Basically, they are same. So we are dealing with missing data, or we are dealing with noisy data. Whenever noisy data come, then we have to do some kind of noise removal processes. right? So that we'll discuss. Then data transformation, again a very important, means we need to transform the data into a kind of format which exactly we want, means that will be easy to interpret, right? Suppose some values are 70, some values are 80, some values are 20, like that. You are getting the values from 0 to 100. Now, what happened? We don't need this type of 70, 80, 20, this type of values. We want the values under 0 and 1. Okay, got it now what I'm saying? We have the values 20, 70, 50, like that. But we want the values in 0 and 1. So what we will do? We'll map those values, that is 20, 30, 70, whatever it is, into the some kind of equivalent value under the range 0 and 1. It's a very important process in our machine learning, or you can say data mining. This is known as normalization. So that is normalization, again a part of data transformation. Then we have attribute selection, discretization. So many different other steps are there. Concept hierarchy generation. So these are the some important stages, or you can say some important processes, sorry, in under data transformation. Then we have data reduction. Data reduction means you need to reduce it. Okay, you reduce the data. So for that, you can go for attribute subset selection, right? Numericity reduction, data cube aggregation, dimensionality reduction. This is very important, dimensionality reduction. So under data pre-processing, we basically deal with these three parts. Okay. আকৌ এবাৰ মই summarize কৰিছোঁ. I'm summarizing again. Data cleansing means handling missing values, noise, and outliers. I tell you in the last class, what does it mean by outliers, right? Outliers means suppose 1, 2, 4, and suppose some values are there in 70, and some values are there is suppose 1000. Okay. Now you tell me, looking at these values, you tell me, are some kind of what you can say strange, or some kind of means different values you can notice under this set? Are you getting my question? That I have given you values 1, 2, 4, 70, 1000. Can you see some kind of strange in this data set? Yes, right?
Yes, sir. The 70 and 1000 are far apart from the other elements of the set.
Exactly, right. So 70 70 and 80, 70 and 80, they are far beyond the other values. Other values, maximum of values, you have to notice that maximum of values lying under what range, and some few values are lying under some different range. Some different range means very far away from our normal values. Okay, so these are known as your outliers. So these are known as outliers. Is it clear? Hello, is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay, very good. Yeah, so then we have our this just a minute. Data integration, I told you that if you are taking the values from different sources, from multiple sources, then what you have to do, we have to combine those data, right? That is known as data integration. Then data transformation means these three are very important process. What are they? Scaling, normalization, and aggregation. However, please remember, scaling, normalization, and aggregation. These three are some very important data transformation process. Then data reduction, as I told you, maybe we don't need all the features, maybe we don't need all the attributes, then we will reduce them, or we'll erase those attributes which are of least concern to our analysis process. Okay, then that is known as what? Data reduction. Okay, then data discretization convert continuous data into discrete buckets. Okay, so data cleansing, data integration, data transformation, data reduction, data discretization. Now, in the case of data cleansing, I told you that if some values are missing, suppose you have what I can say, one attribute or one column, say age. Some people don't want to show their ages. Okay, then what will happen? They will leave it blank if it is not mandatory. Are you getting it now? What I mean to say, there is a column, say, there is a column, say age. Okay, in that column, what happened? Some are putting the values like, say, 70. Some are putting values 40. Some are giving it blank. And if it is girl, then there is more probability that she may leave it blank, right? Then some are uh, intentionally leaving it blank, and some are putting other values like 30, 20, like that. Okay. Now, in our analysis process, we don't want this empty cell. Then what we can do? Either we need to erase the tuples, right? Told you that the term tuples means. I told you in the last class what does it mean by tuple. Okay, either we'll erase these tuples, or what we can do, we can just put simply zero or whatever, suppose 0, 1, whatever the defined value you can put there. In that case, what happened? Our analysis process will be go on smoothly. So we have handled the missing data. Is it okay? All of you got it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And handling outliers. Outliers, I told you, whenever we detect the outliers, we will just erase them. Just in the last example. Then noising. For noising, we have to depend on some techniques like binding, regression, clustering. Okay. Then data integration. Data integrations. Again, now we are revising the things. Means suppose your data is in Excel format, then few data are in CSV format. So you have to ultimately combine all of them and combine them and take one particular format. Means if you're depending on 2, 3 different formats, then you cannot analyze the data properly. You have to change it. Okay, that's the minute. Now, after that, data transformation, where we deal with normalization, standardization, and coding categorical data. Yes, data may be either categorical or numerical. Can you give me an example of categorical data?
For example, qualifications are like
Okay,
undergraduate, postgraduate,
then numerical data.
age, uh, height, like something.
Now, see, so you know about this categorical data and numerical data. But what happens? Sometimes we cannot apply our algorithm to categorical data. Okay, so in that case, what happened? We have to convert the categorical values into numerical form. That also comes under data transformation, one kind of pre-processing. Okay, we'll see in the practical. Then standardization, scale data to have a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. That is standardization, means standardized data. Then normalization, already discussed. Then data reduction. Data reductions means, say, I told you, suppose we have 20 different attributes, but out of 20, we hardly need, say, 3 to 4 attributes. From the 3 to 4 attributes, we can directly gain whatever we actually expecting or whatever we are exactly searching. Then in that case, we have to remove those other 17 attributes, right? So in these things are known as dimensionality reduction. Like one very famous technique is there, principal component analysis, that falls under data reduction techniques. Similarly, you can yourself, you can choose the features whatever the features important. So it's the most relevant features for the analysis. This is again one data reduction technique. Okay. Then data discretization. This involves converting the continuous data into discrete intervals, which can help some algorithms like decision trees. Means continuous data are there, but we want discretized data. Means some bins means interval. Here we are writing bins now. Bins means interval. You want some interval based data. Suppose 0 to 10, say 11 to 20, say 21 to 30. Got it now? So we have to do that. We have to do that from ourselves manually. Then what that data discretization process. So all the states are clear, right? Can we move to the practical part? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So for practical, I'm going to use one data set that is known as Titanic data set. I hope you know about the Titanic film. Orindom, you have to know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nazana,
Yes, sir.
okay, Orindom doesn't know about the Titanic film.
Janu, sir.
Well, Titanic
Yes,
all
sir. I know.
right? Yes, yes, I know. I'm just joking. So I'm kidding only. Titanic, we all know, right? That is a very tragic incident happened, and one very famous love story is there. Anyway, we are concerning about data set. Data set means in that particular ship, how many people survive, and out of those who survive, how many of them are say uh, means male, female, or this different type of categorization we can do in the Titanic data set. How many people could not survive, who died, how many people are missing, right? So this data set, it is very important in our machine learning research. Means we can do a lot of experiments hands on with this Titanic data set, and you can easily download it from Kaggle. Okay. So that the Titanic dataset is one of the most famous dataset in data science and machine learning. It contains information on the passengers of IMS Titanic, which sank in 1912 after hitting an iceberg. We all know about that. The dataset is often used to demonstrate techniques in data analysis and machine learning, specifically classification models, and goal is to predict whether a passenger is survived the survived the disaster or not. Means one passenger had he survived, means now means after that particular incident, whether he was alive or not. Okay, that is the main thing that we try to predict for this data set. So if we talk about the key features of this data set, so I told you now what maybe the key features, right? Means what maybe the levels like survive, when the whether the passenger survive or not. 0 means no, means not survive, died. 1 means yes. Okay, clear? Then P class means ticket class. What type of ticket classes are there? At the time, first, second, third, like that. Then sex means male or female. Then age means age of the passenger in years. Some values may be missing. Then this CSP, that is sibling. Just a minute. Sibling and or spouse. Okay. Then parts, number of parents and or children aboard the Titanic. Then ticket number, fare, cabin. Cabin means cabin number. Embark, port of embarkation means sea, like Cherbourg. Q means Queenstown. Then Southampton, like that. So if we look at the means structured part of that this data, you can look like this. This is passenger ID, survive. These are the different features. I hope you can see my screen, right? And no doubt is on this. Dataset bila can you go? Dataset looks like this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can see here this passenger ID, survive, these values. Okay. Then passenger class, name, sex, age, ticket number, fare, cabin, which cabin. Okay. So see here NA not available. So these things, some values are there that we have to take care of. Now we are going to practically use this Titanic dataset for today's practical. where we will go through different techniques that just I have discussed for pre-processing purpose. Okay, for practical, just 1 second. Now you can see my screen, the practical screen, right? I'm opening this in Google Colab. Can you see this?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, I have already typed this data, and so that it will not take much time for this. So first stage, remember, আজি যিখিনি কৰি আছো, whatever we are doing, these are very important. Means you are the beginner level, so you have to know. So first step is to import that library which will be needed for your data analysis part, for your data analysis or whatever your requirement is. Like in this case, data pre-processing, we need some kind of functions that exist in that particular library. So we need here pandas, because some kind of array-based operations I am going to do, right? Some kind of what I can say, some kind of analysis that I have to do, for which I have to depend on some functions that are available in the pandas library. See, import pandas as PD. Each line I'm talking about, this PD means one instance of pandas. Got it? PD mane hoise, PD means one instance of PD. A panda means if I will not write as PD, then we have to write again and again pandas. Means here you can see I'm writing just PD. Now, if I will not include this part, then I have to write like pandas.read CSV. Clear? So this line is clear. Then URL means from where I am downloading this data set. I'm downloading from this particular set. I will give you the link, don't worry. Then from that, I am defining a data frame. Monot rakhiba, please remember, data frame. Data frame is very much important. It's very, very important whenever we do some kind of exploratory data analysis, whenever we do some kind of this type of data pre-processing part. Okay, so we are creating this data frame, taking the values from this URL data set. URL means, you know, that some link, right? Uniform resource locator, or you can say universal resource locator, whatever it is. This is a link where this data set exists. From that, we have downloaded it and we are keeping it URL, and this is now putting in the function read underscore CSV. Okay, so as pandas I am importing, you know, panda is required for this type of structured data analysis, right? Just now I have told you for data frame. So data frame we can create with this pandas function. Okay, now pd.read CSV, so taking the value and now constructing one data frame named df. So whenever we create the data frame, now we can see the each header, what it looks like. So we have written this code. Now to run this code, you can see this button like play button. Now it is known as run cell. You just click here. You can see the time also. Yat ki dekha paisa, what you can see here, 0 second, right? Can you see this? 0
yes,
second.
sir.
Okay,
Yes,
because
sir.
yeah, at the first time it takes if I am loading the data for the first time, then it may take a little bit of time to download data. It needs high speed of internet, right? So but I have already downloaded this, so now this is the second time. That's why it is taking less time. 0 second means microsecond, means less than 1 second. Okay, so df dot header, so you can see here these are the header files here. Passenger ID, survive, PC class, name. So this is a kind of what? Structured data. That's why this is a data frame. Now you can have some looks on inside looks of this data by going through some plots. See, I have going to display some plots here. Okay, suppose in this I want to look at only the, say, this part. Okay, it will take time. So you can see here How beautiful is this? Means if we want to know that whether the male part is more or female part is more. If you look at the data, what we can just say that number of male is more than number of female. Is it clear? So accordingly, as per your need, you can go for different search. Okay. The first part is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's go for some kind of say pre-processing. I told you now, if some missing values are there, we will just put say some another values. Like in this case, someone is not giving you or giving the age, means someone is not filling the age information. Then what we can do, at least don't leave it blank. So instead fill it by the mean of the ages, means whoever given the ages now, so take the values and take the mean of them and then put. So that's what we are going to do, fill missing values in the age column with the mean. Okay, means we'll fill the other blank values. For that we are taking the help of this fill na function. Fill na means wherever some such empty values are there na, so in that column, like in this case age column, with the help of this function, say mean, okay, we are trying to fill those empty values. Now in place true. In place true means if such empty values found, then it will replace that value with mean. Okay, say some drop rows is missing cabin data. Suppose some rows are there where cabin information is not there. See, if you think about that condition, whenever you get a passenger whose cabin is not allocated, means no cabin is there, so no need of such analysis. If not cabin is not there, then how could you analyze it? So you can directly drop, delete that particular say column, or in this case say cabin data. Okay, then suppose if after that, is there any missing values still exist, right? So check for any remaining missing values. For that we are using is null function. So these three are codes we have written there. We will just run this. See, now no error is found, so that's why it is running properly. If some kind of errors are there, then it will just show you the red symbol. Okay, say Dekisa, you can see I have just removed one parenthesis, close parenthesis. Now it is showing 0 second with red. Now it will show you the red means what is error here. This in this case error is will be what? Syntax error. So that's why it is showing syntax error. Got it? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good. So now I have removed that error.
Yes.
But it's again it will take some time, because it is totally depending on some internet values. Means internet values means we are trying to downloading that value and taking that in our server and then doing the calculation. So that's why it will show some kind of errors. Now here, check for any remaining missing values. What cabin not found in cabin? Some errors are showing. Okay, we will go for what is the just a minute. See, whenever this type of errors, suppose মই এটা error এৰুৱালো, তাৰপিছত আৰু এটা error এৰিলে, don't worry about this. It will just show you that what type of error here. Just you go for the explanation part in cell line 3. Oh, your free meeting. Just 1 minute. As I'm using Zoom, so 10 minutes we have only. Okay, no problem. So you can see here that whenever we are trying for some what error you have, then it is showing that this cabin column was already dropped in a previous operation. Can you tell me what happened now?
In the previous execution, most probably the rows having Kevin data was deleted, and not having Kevin data was deleted. Maybe.
Just a minute. Yes, see in our first operation, what we have done, we have dropped this cabin. Yes or no? Column content.
Yes.
So this operation was successfully conducted. So means whenever we go for one more operation, again with the same cabin, then it will not find that cabin values, right? So it will show you that this value is already missing. So that operation will be going, will be what? Resulting some kind of error, means data missing part. Clear? Any doubt?
Clear.
No, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, now what we can do, say I told you na, sometime what we have, sometime we have categorical values, but we want the values to be in what? Numerical. Okay, that may happen. So this is again coming under data pre-processing transformation. So in this case, in this example, we are trying to convert this sex into numerical value. Say for female we are assigning 0, for male we are assigning 1. Okay. So for that, very simple operation, mapping. This is what? Say female to what? Female to 0, male to 1. This is the kind of mapping. So we are using this map function, male to 1, female to 0. Okay, under the sex column. Okay. So that is one operation. Then after that, convert, embark using one hot encoding. Okay, so we are doing that, and then after this, let's display it. Just 1 minute. Okay, now you can see here, directly come to the this one. See, previously we have sex as female and male. Now what it becomes? It becomes 1 for male and 0 for female. Okay. Then for the embarks, what we are doing, suppose some values are true, it is belong, then it is true, and some values are false, right? So we are dropping these values and we are putting the values only false in the case of embark queue. Now let's just 1 minute. I just want to show you one particular graph. Okay. Now look at this diagram carefully. Tell me what is going on. Can you see the graph?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's fast because we have only 5 minutes left. So what is going on here? See, in our means machine learning or data science, na, observation is very much important. In our research, we are going to rely on this type of graphs only. So কি হৈছে এইটোত? What happening here?
Depicting the class-wise survived and dead passengers details. Class-wise.
Very good. Yes. So you are correct, right? So one means what? Survive, right?
Yes, sir.
So class wide, as he said, how many first class survive? Only
Three.
first
Three.
class. First, see, this is the survive ratio. This x-axis. One means survive, and one is the first class. Two is the second class. Three is the third class. So one class parallel, you can see only one survive.
One.
Oh, one. One
Okay.
survived.
So second class one survived, third class one survived. Again, first class one died. Someone is dead. Okay, not survive. Second class not survive. Third class not survive. Is it clear?
Yes.
In
Yes,
this
sir.
way, you have to look on the graphs very carefully. In our research paper, we have to include this type of graphs. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Hmm.
lastly, 3 minutes left. Let me just tell you one very important technique. Okay, that is known as min-max scalar. কি বুলি কৈছো? Min-max scalar. Oh, just a minute. Min-max scalar means what? We try to put the values in one particular range, which is a very important normalization process. Okay, and for that we need a scalar. Whatever the machine learning algorithms are there, na, so we have to depend on this particular library, a scalar, or sometimes you can say sky. Okay, so this min-max scalar is such algorithm, or its equation is this one: x minus minimum, minimum value of x, divided by x max minus x min. So x is the original value, x min is this is minimum value, and x max is the maximum value, and x scale what we want. Means what? Suppose your values, I told you, na, say your values in 70, 30, 40, but you want all this value to be mapped into under one particular range, say 0, 1. In such cases, we will use this particular function min-max scalar, and equation is this one. Whenever you write the research paper, you have to use the equation. You have to write the equation only. Okay, so this is the equation, and this is what I am going to use now. Okay, last wala, just 1 minute. So, as I told you, from where we'll get this min-max scalar, sklearn. Okay, from sklearn pre-processing. Okay, under sklearn library we are having this package pre-processing, and from there we are importing our function min-max scalar. Okay, first of all we have to initialize it. Say we have put the variable scalar, so whatever the values we have we will put there, and after that what we are doing, this age and fair scalar fit transform into a, this age and fair. Okay, means you will see the output. Just 1 minute, then we are going to display the first few rows. Let's run this, then you will understand what is going on. Just 1 minute. See, you can see here now, this is moving. This means it is running. It takes, sometimes it takes time, totally depending on the internet, internet speed. I think my net speed is